just pickling the parts, cleaning them up. This is nice and safe solution of white vinegar with a little bit of salt in, about 1/4 teaspoon in this glass. It was a little bit safer, not quite so efficient, but it does clean the parts up really nicely. Ready for silver soldering. So we cleaned up the parts, and now I'm going to put some, this is Easy Flow paste with silver solder. We're going to put that around the edge of each of the hubcaps and then assemble them. So just carefully around this edge here, if you can just see it, just squeeze out this paste, not put much in, just a tiny amount. It will flow quite nicely. You'll see it flow if I just, that one on there. So that's done, ready. This one. So again, we'll just, hopefully you can see, you can just squeeze this paste out quite thin. You can actually get a bit thinner than that if you want. It works really well. I must admit this works very well. So there you are. There's the paste on there. I'm going to put that into that part and just push that home. You can see a little bit of silver solder paste just sticking out from the edge. That should hold that together, and then the same for this one. It assembles that way, so we put that together, push it down, there we are. That's just come out. Now that'll all pull back in as we just heat that up. So next task, we're just going to heat this up and get the silver solder flowing. So we've got a part, this part just balanced here on 3 pieces of steel, just on the corners, so we don't get any heat transfer. I'm going to heat it up with this light little tiny butane torch, so you'll see it's a Sistertech, just a very simple small torch, really designed for jewellery, but the size of these parts, they're like jewellery. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some heat into the base first. Let's just put a bit of heat in over here before we heat up the joint itself. Again, heat in here, a bit of heat in this centre. You can see the silver solder paste now is drying out. It'll bubble a little bit as it, the moisture in it, just all the solvents in it just evaporate. And then it looks pretty hot. We'll just get this a little bit hotter, base here, and then we'll start to see it go, I think. So yeah, you can just see it starting to go. There you are, look. And as it starts to go, it very rapidly flows around the whole thing. And we're flowing that. There you are. How about that? I think that's a pretty good joint, that is, and a pretty minimal use of silver solder paste. Now I'm going to drop this silver solder part back into here, and then we'll clean it off. So there we are. Now give that a few minutes and we'll clean it up with a wire brush. We'll be done. So these are the silver solder parts. They've just been put back into the pickle, into the vinegar. Actually, probably closer to pickle than anything else. So the vinegar and the salt, you can see those joints. Those joints have come up really well. That's really clean. Just a little bit of, I will just wire brush these now and bring these up to clean. So just with a gentle, there we are, look, comes up remarkably quickly. I've got a little bit more machining to do on these yet, so once we've done that, then you get a real feel for how well these silver solder joints clean up and work when you use this silver solder paste.